We're back with Sue Johnson, continuing our discussion on Are We Fit for Fidelity? And joining us is the president of the Ontario Association of Marriage and Family Therapy. Sharon Ramsey has a private practice and a specialty in counseling and spirituality. Sharon, thank you for being at Context. It's great.
Thank you.
And we wanted a therapist here, actually, because when we put out the announcement that Sue was going to be on the program, look who filled the studio audience. How many of you are family therapists here? How many of you do marriage and family therapy here? And how many of you have worked with Sue's material? Okay, and found it helpful, I would guess, then. Okay, they're nodding. They found it helpful because this is emotionally focused couples therapy.
Yes. Yeah.
We are the program that loves to explore the faith-based question, and I know that religion can actually hurt a lot of marriages. I shouldn't say a lot of marriages, but I know of too many cases where religion's been a problem. Tell us when it does.
Religion can hurt when it's isolating, when it denies that people have basic needs, and when it denies that there's something really important that we can share together.
Okay, the invitation of Jesus is that you are supposed to have the ability to love and forgive continuously.
Yes.
You take Christ's offer to repair the human condition.
Yes.
Does it actually fit into the emotionally focused kind of therapy that Sue has been challenging us to today?
I think it fits really well. One of the things that we read in the Christian scriptures is that we have received comfort from God, and that is also comfort that we give to others who are in their time of need. If we're in a couple and it's not possible, not acceptable for me ever to need comfort, for me ever to share comfort, how can you possibly build a secure bond? How can you repair? How can you move forward? So one of the things that I find that couples are challenged to do is to actually have this mutuality where I can receive comfort from you, I can receive comfort from God, I can give comfort to you. It's not just a singular isolating event.
I have to ask this because more people than ever are single, and Sue, you've made such a strong case that there must be attachment.
Yes.
What does the single person do with this? I want to ask you both that.
Well, I think, first of all, you need to understand that single doesn't mean that you don't have an inner sense of felt security with an attachment figure. Like, if you listen to the Dalai Lama, he's pretty single, I think, okay? So, well, I hope he is, okay? Yeah. And so, if you listen to the Dalai Lama, I've never heard him talk where he doesn't stand up and say, he doesn't say, when I'm upset or I need comfort, I think about my mother. He says, when I need comfort, I have this felt sense in my body of my mother's love. I have it, and I turn to it when I get angry or when I get scared, and I remember it, and it brings me back into balance, and it reminds me how much she loved me, and I feel good about that. And he teaches his monks to turn and think about their mother when they get scared.
Okay, but Sue and Sharon, I'll just ask you to pick up. There's a lot of people do not have a good relationship with their mother or their father.
Right.
So how then, we're going to look now for this higher source, how can a knowledge of God serve as a base for a secure relationship?
I think a knowledge of God can serve as a secure base because it's the coming together of human and divine is uniquely personal. So the way in which you might have encountered the Lord might be different than the way I have. Or the way the Dalai Lama encounters his mother within him may be different. But you allow yourself to have that encounter. And you have that encounter because you're worth it, because God has seen you and knows you and believes that there's something about you that he wants to get close to. Take that, having that sense of the divine, the creator of the universe wants to know you. That makes you pretty special.
So I need to experience something from God so that I know, with or without a mate, I'm lovable at my core.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both of you? Lovable at our core? Sue, I am still challenged by your point in the earlier segments. A good relationship is when someone says, I call and you'll come.
Yes, and I think actually, first of all, to make that work, if you think about it, I have to be able to call, and so I have to be able to tune into my own emotions And what is beautiful, I think, about what you just said is I have to actually feel entitled to call. And what we see in our practice all over the Western world is that people actually feel ashamed, adults feel ashamed of needing. We've actually taught people that if you're an adult, you shouldn't need, you should be self-sufficient. And what this new research on bonding says is, no, we're bonding animals. We're not wired for self-sufficiency.
And again and again and again, we're bonding animals.
Yes.
Thank you for teaching us that it never stops. Thank you. We've left special features of this on the web because there's been so much good stuff that you've both been sharing. And Sharon Ramsey, president of the Ontario Association of Marriage and Family Therapy. And thank you both for being with us.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And when we come back, the little nugget I'm taking away here from love and relationships. I'll wrap with that. Wow. So here's what I learned today about our need for attachment and relationship. Married or not, and more than ever, people are not, we all need to sense we are lovable at our core. What a punch we packed today on this. The need to be loved securely is an emotion, a science that can be tracked, and it's a spiritual truth. You need to know and be secure in God's idea that you are lovable at your very core. So, regardless of the relationship you are in or not in, there's a bigger reality, and that bigger reality, as we understand it, is God. God declares we are lovable right to our core, and that truth gives us the security to connect with others. Ideas worth checking out. So drop us an email. When you write, we do take the time to answer. We have great links on our website to help you explore how to strengthen your relationships. And you'll also find links to our guests, to our therapists, their advice on couple repair. If that's too much for you today, just enter to get a free copy of Love Sense. That's okay too. And call us at 1-866-315-2080 to be part of that draw. We're giving away several copies today. So for all of us at Context, I'm Lorna Duick. Thank you for watching.